Hey there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a Q&A and answer some of your top asked questions that I received on Instagram. So let's jump right in. The first question that I got, which I get asked all the time, is where are you from and also how old are you? So, I am originally from New Jersey, here in the United States, and I was born and raised there, but I currently live in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, my family, my parents, are actually from Istanbul. They grew up in Turkey, and we are a mix of Greek, Armenian, and Albanian. So, if you want to know my background and ethnicity, there's your answer, but I grew up here in the United States in New Jersey. And as for my age, I am 30 years old and I'm turning 31 in March. Okay, let's see. All right, so now we're going to answer some questions about speaking. I got a question about how to rhythm any sentence while you address mass people. So I think what they were trying to ask here is how to maintain rhythm when speaking in front of a lot of people. And I also got another question about how to keep the flow constant while speaking. So these are very similar problems, or you can use a similar approach to deal with both of these issues. So when we're talking about flow and rhythm, really what we're referring to is keeping the pace going. So losing any hesitations, any blocks, anything that's really hindering you from being able to communicate freely and comfortably. Now, you want to figure out exactly what it is that's getting in the way of your flow or your rhythm. Is it that you're nervous? Are you not prepared? Are you unfamiliar with the topic you're discussing? Is it a language issue? Do you not have the right words? Are you having word finding difficulties in the moment and you're kind of blanking out on the right vocabulary that you'd like to use? That's really common, and it actually affects everyone, no matter whether you're speaking in your native language or not, because our nerves oftentimes get the best of us. And this is a normal thing, okay, but the key here is to be able to push through the fear and push through the nerves. And the only way to really do that and to get better at it is to make yourself be in those situations more often. So in order to do great things, we have to go outside of our comfort zones, and we have to do things that make us feel uncomfortable and make us feel awkward and make us feel nervous and make us feel crazy. Like, who do I think I am to be doing this? Okay. The more you do that, the more you put yourself in those situations, the easier it will get. But it will always feel a bit awkward and tense and weird. And, you'll feel hesitant in the beginning. That's normal. But to get better at it, keep working on it all the time. If this is a priority for you and improving your public speaking is important, then you need to practice your speaking every day, if not multiple times a week or multiple times a day. Okay, so practice summarizing things out loud, being able to describe what you do, what your goals are, who you are, where you're from, what your experience is, professional and academic, what are you learning about in school, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What can you bring to this situation? What did you learn about today? What have you been reading, watching, listening to? What did you like about what you've been consuming, or what didn't you like? Would you recommend this to a friend, and why? These are all really great things that you should be building up your comfort and confidence with, explaining and expressing, because you're using all different kinds of vocabulary and expressions and different tones of voice in those situations. So to get better at speaking, you have to speak. Okay, so the more you do it, the more you will find your flow. But you really need to start by pinpointing exactly why. Why are you having these blocks? Why are you not able to keep the rhythm and the flow going? And what's really getting in the way? Okay? All right. Let's see what's next. I have a question about how can I boost my pronunciation? I also got a question about how to improve a specific sound. So When it comes to pronunciation and improving your accuracy and consistency with certain sounds, especially when they are not part of your native language, it's all about building muscle memory. You've got to practice every single day, and you have to make sure that you're practicing not just single words or single sounds, but you have to practice them in conversation. You have to be able to carry over that sound and that skill from just reading off of a page or, from your app. You have to be able to carry over what it is that you are working on into real life and real speaking. So it's not enough to just know a sound, to hear it, to watch a YouTube video about it. You have to be able to say it, but you have to be able to say it in different levels. So starting at the sound, like just single sound, like if it's S, S, okay, then you're going to say it in a word, like, sue. Then you're going to put that in a short phrase. Sue me. Then you're going to put that into a sentence. She wants to sue me. Then you're going to use that in a few sentences. Okay. Then you're going to try to speak about it in conversation context. All right. So you have to work your way up, especially if it's really difficult for you or if the sound doesn't exist in your native language or you're just not used to saying it clearly. Start small, work your way up, and make sure that you're always carrying things over into the conversation level. Okay, I got another question about pronunciation where they asked, or where they said, I can pronounce words individually, but when I speak it in a sentence, it becomes something awkward. Same thing here. It probably means that you're spending too much time practicing sounds at the word level and not putting words into sentences and then not trying to speak on those words and sounds without reading from the text or the script. Okay, so that just means you need more speaking practice. Okay. Another question here says, how do you deal with overthinking? Overthinking is tough because we all do it, and I wish it was something that I could tell you goes away, but if you care about yourself and what other people think of you, it's always going to be there. It just means that whatever you're doing is important to you and that you know that it matters and you want to do a good job. So it's not a bad thing to overthink, but we don't want to get stuck there. And we don't want to spiral down into the negative mindset that comes with overthinking and overanalyzing yourself. So what can you do? Well, first, try to be kinder to yourself and forgive yourself if you make a mistake because you're human. Nobody is 100% perfect. As much as we want to believe that, it's not true. So don't try to compare yourself with something or someone that you think is perfect. Just focus on where you're at now and where you're trying to go. And work on it every single day or as often as you possibly can so that you feel like you're building up and developing your skills and flexing those muscles until you become more comfortable and confident about doing that activity or that speaking tasks. The fear never 100% goes away. The nerves will always be there, that anxiousness, the butterflies in your stomach. But if you overthink yourself to the point of stopping yourself from doing things and not participating and not putting yourself out there, then you will never grow. You will always stay stuck right where you are. And, it's tough, but we all have to get out of our comfort zones in order to grow. And it's okay to be a bit critical, but just don't get stuck in that place, okay? All right, let's see. What else? I got a question about whether or not my courses are available on Udemy. I currently don't have any courses available, but I am in the works of putting together a membership and a library online with tons of videos and content and activities and different training sessions that you can do on your own time. And I'd love to create a community component to that as well so that I can meet with people in groups and, people can meet with each other and find speaking partners and practice and whatnot. So I am working on that. But as soon as details become available, I will let you know here. I'll let you know on my socials. You can check out the links in the description box to find out more information on how you can stay in touch with me and learn more. But stay tuned because I am working on putting something together. Okay, that wraps up today's Q&A. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted a question. I'll be sure to do these more often so that I can help you and give you advice and tips and feedback on how to boost your communication skills. And if you have any other comments or suggestions, please feel free to let me know down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.